Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Rangers Review News Bulletin on this Monday afternoon, the 15th of September. I hope you're all well, whatever you are doing. Very grey, gloomy and wet down here in Warrington today. Now, where shall we kick off? We discussed Russell Martin on the show at length this morning. When Chris joined me, we also discussed the Rangers hierarchy, giving him his backing for now. Also was on with Johnny yesterday morning as well to give our opinion on the state of play at Rangers. So you can check both those videos out over on the YouTube channel, folks. We're going to focus our attention first on today's news bulletin with the dubious refereeing calls that occurred in Saturday's 2-0 defeat to Hearts. Referee Dermot Gallagher, a former Premier League match official, has been speaking on Sky Sports' Ref Watch. And he says Rangers were hard done by. In the build-up to the visitors' opener, Lawrence Shankland handballed the ball before going on to score. And there was also a key decision made, a Rangers goal that was disallowed for an apparent foul on the goalkeeper. And then there was a penalty incident as well. Mohamed Diamandi adjudged to have fouled the Hearts player. Now, Dermot Gallagher says, I think Rangers had more than their fair share of bad luck in this game, to be honest. I think that's handball. It's not seen by the referee. The referee is there. Now, the former striker, Jay Bothroyd, also weighed in. Says that is just clear to see. And that wasn't even in the area where it's a grey area. That was down by his elbow. That shouldn't have been a goal. And on the challenge by Derek Cornelius on Alexander Shruslov, he said that he needs to come out and be aggressive and try and punch that just on the goalkeeper. Ultimately, he has to be stronger. It's a poor decision. It should have been a goal, and that could get the manager sacked. Dermot Gallagher added, I think the on-field decision is carrying the weight, but I thought Hearts were extremely lucky to get a foul for that. And then the Mohamed Diamandi foul on Harry Milne. Referee at the time, Stephen McLean, pointed to the spot, and although he missed the penalty, Shankland netted the rebound to wrap up the 3 points for Hearts. Gallagher said, tough call. I'm in two minds with this. Is there contact? Is there enough contact? I don't know. But the referee gave it on field. And Bothroyd said, I don't think that is a penalty. That is soft. So interesting stuff there from Dermot Gallagher and Jay Bothroyd on those decisions. Incidentally, this is what Lawrence Shankland had to say about that when he was speaking in the post-match press conference about the handball initially.
My hand and my arm in the build-up, so I kind of knew that, and I was running forward thinking we better not score here because I wasn't quite sure on the rule whether it counted or no, but obviously I couldn't remember the touches that had happened in between then, and then obviously Braga slipped me down the side and it was a good finish, what I've been told. I've not seen it back yet, but I was just thinking no again because Aberdeen goal obviously get chopped off a few weeks ago, but when the ref pointed to the spot, I was delighted.
So there you go. Lawrence Shankland admitted he handled the ball. It's fair to say, as we spoke on the show this morning, the refereeing standards in Scottish football is nowhere near good enough. Do I expect it to improve anytime soon under Willie Collum? No, I don't. I expect more ridiculous decisions to be awarded or not awarded throughout the course of the season. We've seen a blatant mistake, you could say, yesterday. Well, I say mistake in the Kilmarnock against Celtic game. John Beaton, the man in the middle, with that penalty awarded to Celtic in the dying seconds of the game when the ball ricocheted off the arm of Lewis Mayo from close range. Penalised for having arms, it looks like, on that front. And Kilmarnock's Stuart Kettlewell quite rightly aggrieved by that decision, which turned out to be a pivotal one because Celtic went on to score what would turn out to be the winning goal. So, it will be interesting to hear Willie Collum's take on the officiating over the weekend and that game at Ibrox. Of course, I think the heat very well on Russell Martin, but that shouldn't overshadow what was another poor performance from the match officials at Ibrox on Saturday. Moving on from that, and Ali McCoist has been having his say on Russell Martin and Nico Raskin about the fallout with regards to that. Nico was in the stand watching Rangers lose on Saturday. Speaking to Talk Sport, Ali said, now there's obviously a problem with Raskin. There's no doubt about that. Something has happened. But from where I'm sitting, you cannot bite your nose off to spite your face. If you've got a problem with Raskin, And he clearly has. I think he's got to let the public know what that problem is, because we're all sitting there watching that game at the weekend, and Raskin would walk into that team. He scored for Belgium during the week in an international. There's nobody on the planet going to tell me that Raskin should not be in the Rangers starting 11. Why is he not in the starting 11? There has to be an incredible reason for it, because you can't leave him out if it's to the detriment of the team. The team is the most important thing, not an individual problem between a manager and a player. So there you go. I sort of tend to agree with Ali on that front. It beggars belief why a Belgian internationalist is in that Rangers side. And as we touched on in the show on Friday, I think when the news came out, when Russell Martin confirmed that he wouldn't be in the squad, myself and Chris said it would be a decision that he'd live and die by. And I think he could have been doing with Nico in that midfield on Saturday. Would Rangers have ended up getting a better result? Who knows? But you can't have your best players just watching on from afar. You need them in the front line playing. And let's hope that gets rectified for Saturday when Hibs come to Ibrox in that League Cup quarter-final. Now, Rangers aren't in action in the league until later on this month. And there is a nightmare scenario which could unfold, in which Rangers could find themselves bottom of the table by the next time, by the time they go to Ammanville to face Livingston on Sunday, September the 28th. They're currently 10th at the moment after that defeat at the weekend. Just 4 points gained after 5 matches, 3 goals scored, a -2 goal difference. We really are in uncharted territory here. Now, before Rangers face Livingston, Dundee and Aberdeen, who sit 11th and 12th respectively, are both in action. Dundee face Livy on Saturday, and before travelling to take on St Mirren a week later. Aberdeen, meanwhile, are playing Dundee United on Tuesday, September the 23rd, and then Motherwell a few days later. Now, if Dundee manage to stick 2 or more points on the board from the next 2 games, and Aberdeen pick up 4 from their 2 games, then Rangers will drop to the bottom of the Premiership before the game against Livingston. So there you go. It really is crazy to think that Rangers are down there struggling as they are, but it is what it is. And you can understand why there is increasing fan pressure on not only Russell Martin, but now fingers being pointed at the powers that be above him as well. So how does this end? Who knows? But it does not look good at this moment in time for the football club. And we need to see improvements pronto, really. This cannot continue. Right, folks, that is you up to date with some of the news doing the rounds. Just a heads up, just over on the YouTube channel, you can watch James Tavernier, Lauren Shankland, and Russell Martin and Derek McInnes's press conferences after that game on Saturday. We've also posted up a big happy birthday to former Rangers stalwart Stuart Monroe, who's 63 today. I spoke to him a couple of years ago at the ORSA event in Bangkok, and we've reposted, is available on the members channel for the Rangers Review Extra members on YouTube, but we've posted the snippet of him talking about his time at Ibrox. Oh, how I would long to turn back the clock and live through that once again. Those were indeed the days. But you can go and watch Stuart talking about his time at Rangers, and that's just been posted on the channel as well. Right, enjoy the rest of your Monday, whatever you're doing. We're back tomorrow, Tuesday, 9:30. Joshua is back from his holidays, so it'll be interesting to hear his take on where it has all gone wrong for Rangers. So we'll speak to you then, folks. Until then, bye for now.